see here. Gwendolyn Brooks. At this point, I want to say good afternoon to you. Hughes, wherever you are. Good afternoon to you. Welcome to the African History Class. Our class will last 4 minutes and we start now. Today we're talking about Gwendolyn Brooks. Gwendolyn is spelled Gwendolyn and Brooks is Brooks. She was born Gwendolyn Elizabeth Brooks, and she was born on the 7th of June 1917. Kwame Nkrumah was only 7 years young. In fact, getting to 8. My brother, my sister, she was an American poet, an author, and a teacher. Her work often dealt with the personal celebrations and struggles of ordinary people in a community. She won the Pulitzer Prize for poetry on May 1, 1950. I wasn't born. For Annie Allen, making her the first African American to win a Pulitzer Prize. Oh my God. Now, throughout her prolific writing career, Brooks received many more honors. A lifelong resident of Chicago, she was appointed Poet Laureate of Illinois in 1968, a position she held until her death 32 years later. She was also named the U.S. Poet Laureate for the 1985-1986 term. And in 1976, I was only 2 years younger. She became the first African-American woman inducted into the American Academy of Arts and Letters. This is the woman we're talking about. Jesus have mercy. Watch this. She was even commemorated on a postage stamp issued by the U.S. Post in 2012, long after she was gone. My brother, my sister. Gwendolyn Elizabeth Brooks was born on June 7, 1917 in Topeka, Kansas, and she was raised on the south side of Chicago, Illinois. She was the first child of David Anderson Brooks and Kezia Wims Brooks. Her father was a janitor for a music company. In fact, he had wanted to pursue a career as a doctor, but sacrificed that aspiration to support getting married and raising a family. My God. Her mother was a school teacher as well as a concert pianist, trained in classical music. She taught the little girl a lot of music as she was growing up. My brother, my sister. Her mother taught in schools and she taught music. Our heroine today went into writing. She wrote so many books and poems, including Eventide. She wrote a lot of children's books, and she always spoke about black people. She wrote painstakingly about black people. Oh my God. Oh, Maud Martha. She was a woman whose life was all about books. She read everything in print. Oh my God. She wrote books that inspired both men and women, black people. In 1953, she published her first and only narrative book, a novella called Maud Martha. And that's the book you see her holding right now in this photograph, which is a series of 34 vignettes about the experience of black women entering adulthood, consistent with the themes of her previous works. Women loved her, especially the younger ones. She taught them how to rise in a world that was full of racism, especially America. She also taught in the University of Chicago, Columbia University. She so many universities she taught in. Oh my God. She was married to Henry Lowington Blakely Jr., whom she met after joining Chicago's NAACP Youth Council. They had 2 children, Henry Lowington Blakely III and Nora Brooks Blakely. Her husband died in 1996. 4 years later, our heroine also said bye-bye to us. She was decorated with so many honors, and her legacy still abound. My brother, my sister, including a postage stamp that was issued in her name. My brother, my sister, parks in America have been named after her. And in 2002, she was one of the 100 greatest African Americans mentioned. Today, we remember this great black woman. Mami, what do you mean, ko? Mami, ko. Now, why you be? She wrote extensively about black people. She wrote about black people. She wrote about raising the black family. Mami, why you be what? In the burden of knowledge, I ask you, now that you know the story of Gwendolyn Elizabeth Brooks, what would you do? Be an any olea mini about fair, Zuda Kagane Mezaka Yini, yeah, Papango Bokaya Nfifia and Yanuka Nawo, Banaewe then Lele and Jimansinga Bear Kunne, Lele and Jimansinga Berry. She died on the 3rd of December 2000 at the age of 83. Today we remember you, Mami. You have been a game changer.
The emperor, the conqueror, the champion, the lion is here.